Okay, just a quick recap. This is our second video of our trip to Garnfrewd. Wondering about the door handle and you haven't worked it out yet, I will tell you that at the end of the video. And how are we coping with the pizza?
You're going to break the worktop. Oh.
What the temperature is? Because it's a real shit mess, those boys. Okay, another day to look forward to on the water. It's definitely a lot cooler this morning and there's quite a strong breeze. Last night was a struggle. Basically got halfway through the pizzas and we're fed up with pizza. It wasn't doing us too well on the stomach. So Steve then decides to cook us dinner. Well, it's fried eggs. You'll probably know better than the pizza. Me and Sam was sat there and we had to actually carve through the egg. It filled us up anyway. I was there late last night, tying up a couple of new patterns. What we was finding that on this water, a lot of the patterns were generally the, what's the damn colour? What's that colour again?
What's that? Olive.
Olive. I knew it was a woman's name. So what we've been doing is trying a few nymphs, buzzers, all sorts of things in more variations of olive colours. So some of the patterns when I'm looking at this morning, they're not like what you, if you were to look at them, you wouldn't probably buy them. Fish might like them. Have I thought of everything?
What about our new flies, our killer flies?
I told him about the killer flies. Where's Sam? Sam is spending most of the time in the bathroom.
I think it's the eggs.
Yeah, it doesn't help.
Or the bacon.
Yeah.
Or the sausage.
Yeah.
Or the beans. Could be anything.
Whatever.
I don't think he's got much left.
His beans. We were scraping them off the pan as well.
I don't do much cooking.
Yeah, we knew that. He did say it was something to do with the heat. He doesn't normally cook on heat like that.
That's the funny hob.
It's a funny hob.
Are you alright in there, Sam?
Come on, Sam, we're waiting to go, man.
Don't be telling him I was having a poo. I'm only having a pee. hang on a minute.
No. Shit. Every morning, you wouldn't believe that we are actually so close to the water. We're virtually sleeping on the water. And the idea is, get up, be the first ones on the water. I've lost count of how many people are already on the water. And this has been the same every morning. We did say, see if we can just one morning get up early and get on it. Personally, I am not one, you know. When we're on the rivers and you've got smaller pools, first on the pool, fair dues, yeah, try and be first on the water. You've got water as big as this. You know, there's a lot of areas down there that's not going to be covered by even the amount of people that are down there fishing already. So I don't think, it never bothers me anyway. But there is a lot of people out there already. I don't know what the time is.
Oh, it's only nearly 9 o'clock, mate. We're very early today.
We were up nearly first light, weren't we?
Yeah.
It wasn't far off first light. We're up out of bed first light. But by the time you get over Steve's dinner, last night's alcohol and everything else,
it's the key for the toilet, isn't it?
It does take a while to recover.
Did you hear your stomach all last night going? Huh? Was it your stomach going last night? Oh. Well, no, didn't wake me up. Oh, mine was growling at me.
Come on, we're gone. We're going. We're going. No, properly, mate. Don't look at it like that. Just walk past naturally as if it ain't there.
Oh. Do you want to do it properly?
Well, yeah.
I can't see. It's not on. You're walking past as if it
ain't by there. So you're far enough away as well. That's it. That
and he still looks at it.
Huh?
And he still looks at it.
Come on, Sam, I can have the camera running for it. I'm going to run out of battery before you know. And don't have your fag in your mouth when you walk past the camera.
No, Sam. Do the catwalk. Oh, come on.
Yeah, what was that one about the,
KFC. Greasy bucket.
No, not allowed to say that, remember?
No,
Yeah.
that was the rumour.
That's what started it all off.
Yeah.
Oh, I know something that'll cheer you up.
A nice greasy
That's
bucket.
wrong. Wasn't that wrong?
I know it might be.
Wasn't it wrong? Oh, don't.
You only reminded us of the first part, yeah?
Steve with his first fish. Yeah.
Are you on something? What is it? Are you on the dry?
What's he on?
Dry. Clink.
Oh, it's dragging me, yeah. Ooh, are you the reel? Once you get your head up, you're fine. Just getting your head up there is the thing there.
Yeah, he doesn't want to put it out it.
Hey, boy. Quite a chunky fish.
You gonna stop?
Steve in, another fish. Okay, just change the tippet.
While I'm tying this, there's one thing I'd like to point out, and it's waste tippet material. I do still see quite a bit of waste material when I'm going around on different waters. To be honest, what I do is I keep in with my tippet spools. I keep a small little plastic bag, and as I'm taking the spool out will come the bag, and I'm bunging the waste material into the bag so that it doesn't tangle up in my pocket. When I'm back up at the hut, or most fisheries will have a bin, I empty it. It's more of a habit than anything, but the damage that this material causes when it's laying about on the banks, it's quite horrific. When you see the wildlife, but it's not just wildlife that you need to think about. If you enjoy your fishing, you need to think further ahead. It only takes the wrong person to spot this, and it goes against the whole thing of fishing. Just be aware of it, because this could ruin our enjoyment of fishing.
Bollocks! Who put that tree there? I'm up in the tree.
I can't believe it. That was my first cast after setting up that new tippet.
That's the first time I've hit that tree. Must have been damn close to it all the time. I'm going to say kiss goodbye to that fly. Oh.
Steve into another fish again. He's only just come down onto this pontoon. I think it was his second cast and he's into this fish. Now he's been hammering hell out of me and Sam this morning. When he was up on the other pontoon, I shouted him, and what fly have you got on? And he said, oh, I know, this white thing. So I went up and had a look at his fly. Now you ain't going to believe it. So once he showed me, I just couldn't believe it. Now if I remember, it's called a baby doll. Now there's not many of us will have one of these patterns in our fly boxes now. Steve's fly box is a bit different. It's quite scary. But what he's doing, he's putting that out. He's got his reed line on. He's got about 10 foot of tippet. And he's letting the fly go down a little bit, and he's stripping it in really fast. And I did have a go on the top pontoon on his rod and pulled a fish.
That's a nice chunky fish too, isn't it? Good size. Cracker, mate. Well done.
Hey.
Oh, look, he's blind.
Oh shit, it is. It is. Gently on it, that thing is going.
Oh yeah, that's good.
A tell you what, these boys are having a bit of a blinder this morning, and it's great to see it. But I did tell them I would get more of them on the camera fishing. I just wish that they were fishing on a pontoon next to each other, to be honest. Sam's at one end of the lake and Steve's down the other, but they're keeping me well busy.
Would you want suspend a buzzer?
Yeah, suspend the buzzer.
Missed it.
Okay, I've given up on the wet flies for the time, but what I've done now is I've gone with the dry fly. I'm not sure what it's called, some sort of black gnat. Most of my dry flies, what I do is whenever I come to Garn Food, I'll always go up to the shop. They've always got a really good selection of flies in the shop there, so I often buy the dry flies there.
Oh, didn't land it though. I got him this time.
I got to admit, whenever I fish a dry fly, I never really got the real knack of it. I miss more than I ever hook.
Oh, Steve ain't gonna like you. Huh? Yeah.
What's interesting about Sam's method is that he's fishing with something like a 5-foot tippet straight off the main floating fly line, and he's stuck with the foam buzzer.
What did he have on anyway? Oh, you bugger. Too quick again. Damn, fish has got me. Oh, I missed it. See my line take off.
What I have noticed is the fish seem to be paying more attention to the dry fly as it's creating a disturbance on the top. So far they've just been following it, but I'm hoping that at any moment one will just take it.
Do you know what? You can't have that line back now. All real.
What's that?
What's left of Steve's fly?
Oh!
He caught a fish on my rod.
Oh, yeah, I'll give you one of my ones.
Oh, make sure it's a good one though. I want a fish catcher.
Come on, I had fish, didn't you, there?
Did you?
Yes, I did.
No, you lied.
I did.
Can I have a lighter, please, mate? Fuck off. Oh, right, not having a fly then.
Oh, come on, you're on your own.
Shaun.
Oh, no! Oh, that was mine.
Okay, so we're nearly halfway through the day, but we're looking forward to the highlight, and that's something decent to eat. We're heading for the cafe.
It feels quite heavy. I don't know, it's because of the amount of line I got out.
What I'm doing now, I'm fishing with the 2-fly cast, but I'm keeping the tippet a lot shorter because I'm fishing a lot slower and I want to keep the patterns higher in the water columns. So I've got a buzzer on the dropper and a variation, it's a small dowback on the point. Okay, it's a simple method and it works really well. All I'm doing is I've got my floating fly line, and straight off the floating fly line, if I want to present the fly at 3 foot deep, then what I'll do is put about a 4-foot tippet on, and that means I can maintain that average of 3 foot depth with the fly. And this method I use a lot when I'm straight lining with the buzzer, and it's really effective.
Nice fish. Got a huge girth on it. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Cracking fish. Get back in. There he goes.
I spent ages with this fish. What happened was, as I was playing it, it came in and it shot in towards the reeds. And the thing is, I've got the point fly, got stuck in the reeds, so I was really lucky to get this fish to the net. And look at the size of that tail.
Okay, what I've got to do is set up again then. What I had was about 3 foot to a size 16 green buzzer with a little bit of red in the thorax. About another 4 or 5 foot down, dowback variation. Light green tinsel ribbed through it. Black cock hackle. It's very sparse. Putting it out and just letting it come round in the wind gently. Just said to the boys now, they asked what my setup was, but it's nothing consistent. The fishing at the moment has gone really difficult. You've seen 1 or 2 fish moving, but not much. On the bung or indicator down here, over here on the indicator, they had a fish each, but it's slow. It's nothing like this morning. This morning was so on it. Bright sun, as you can see. Breeze is quite strong. Good ripple on the water. Bit difficult against the breeze. It is quite a strong breeze. But it's difficult, but it's great. I'm loving it all the same. Like, we've been lucky each day I've been here. I've just totally enjoyed it. It's been great. It's a cracking water, mate, and there's some cracking fish in here. I'm going to set up, well, I can't do the same setup. What I did, I tied up that dowback variation yesterday. We packed everything away because we're going home later. So I can't tie another one. So I have to find something else to use. I only had the one of.
I've just gone back onto the dry flies. I've got a size 18, the same dry fly that I had on earlier.
Yeah, that's a nice brown I just had. Cracking fish.
Just took it off Steve's line.
Nice one, mate.
Steve just picked that fish up and he's fishing the red dell back. Sam's still on the dries, but the boys have had a really good day today. In all fairness, they've been hammering me. So that's our trip over for this year, and it's been absolutely brilliant. It's more about sharing the time together and just having fun as much as the fishing. Okay, so the fishing for us boys has been pretty good for the time we've been here, but it hasn't been a totally successful trip. For the whole reason we book this at the time we do is so that we can fish on the buzzers, and the buzzer hatches this year and last year have not been what they have been in previous years. There was quite a few people I spoke to on the lake that had travelled down to fish the buzzer, and it was very disappointing. If you persist fishing the buzzer like I did, yes, you're going to pick a few fish up, but it's not the buzzer fishing as we knew it. Now there are a lot of changes taking place. I put it down to that it's climate change, and it's certainly affecting insect life and aquatic life, and in turn that's going to affect the behaviour of the fish, how they're feeding, when they feed, and if there's going to be a lack of food, there's going to be more competition in the water. But I will continue to study the behaviour of the fish and the aquatic and insect life, and whatever I find out I will let you know. But if you have enjoyed the video, I hope you consider subscribing, give us a comment or give us a thumbs up. But until the next video, take care.
Damn, blasted thing. I couldn't even catch one right underneath my rod.
I am desperately trying to get just one more fish, but we are running out of time.
This time I got you. Thank you, fishy. Lovely thing, right? Looks more like a sea trout. It is so silver. Stunning. Oh, brilliant.
Day done, man.
Huh?
That's your day done.
I think so. One door handle. Gotta take them off. This is to my bedroom. And that's only because you don't make it easy for the boys to get into the room at night. They'll be up to all sorts.